Okay, thank you so much. Thank you guys for your patience.
Uh,
And but more importantly, thank you for all of your talents. Like I said, this is a phenomenal series and it didn't have that slow burn at the beginning that a new series usually has where we have to meet the people, get to know them, love them, hate them, whatever. We jumped right in it. So beginning with you, Randy, with the pacing of the show, was it the intention to hook us right from the beginning? Because again, like many series have to slow burn us into who these people are.
Absolutely. I wanted to grab you by the neck and just not let go. You know what I mean? And just hold you, hold you, hold you. You know what I mean? Specifically speaking, first episode into that final shot. And then that final shot, I was trying to make you jump out your seat. You know what I mean? And when we come back in episode two, you know what I mean? I'm trying to grab you with both hands. So, yes, absolutely.
Um, for both Da Vinci and both, I just chemistry between the two of you is incredible, and it's a different skill set when you're a performer and you have to embody a real life being, not someone you can craft from the ground up. Particularly for you, Demetrius, because this is your family, and you have to consider paying honor to the family and the integrity to who the person really is, as well as maintain your artistry. So, what was that like for you to craft Big Meech and in a way that honors the family and keeps them authentic, but is still entertaining for us as the audience?
Oh, it was amazing, and I feel like it all came from the acting classes, the intense acting classes that 50 put me in, that made sure that I had a foundation that like I could really use real emotions and real feelings and put it into my work, and and really understood where my dad was coming from, put myself in his shoes, and tie it all together and make it real and make it something that people can actually feel a connection to. So I'm just glad everything came together, with the help of the cast and all the producers and the writer and everybody. Everybody just did their part, came through.
For you, Da Vinci, your character has so many layers in that he's walking this line. You know, he has that brilliance that allows him and his brother Terry and his brother to be entrepreneurs, but maybe on the wrong side of the traditional scale of entrepreneurship. So just in the crafting of Terry, what was that process like for you? You know, getting to know, living inside him, and again, maintaining your own artistry and bringing him to
Right,
life.
right, right. I feel like, I have a lot of similarities with Terry Flenory. After, talking to him and hearing about him and, being a baby boy in my family, I'm the youngest of four. So it's like I was always like put in like adult situations at such an early age, but I had to try to manage both school and that, like that street lifestyle, So it's like really, I was just, I just went back to my childhood and, and just thought about all the experiences and everything I went through and just really just studied the Flenory brothers so much. And, having Meech on set, little Meech on set, talking to him about it. And, he let me talk to his pops a few times. So we was just getting information right from the source, right from the bloodline, talking to his grandma. Lucille, she's the beautiful human, got a beautiful spirit. And you feel so much soul out of her. Like, you're like, wow, these, brothers really came from something. But the reason why that crime thing happened is because like Marcus Aurelius says poverty is the mother of all crime. So it's like you could come from the greatest situation or the worst situation, but it's like if you that poverty, it ain't no joke, you know.
Randy, for you, I feel like this series almost ushers in a new era of gangster mafia type of films, because when you typically see white mafia stories, it's very romanticized and it's sexy and it makes you, but this is the first series I've seen with a black cast where it has that same type of appeal, like these white mafia stories where it is sexy and it is interesting and you more want to be involved than afraid of it. What was that for you as the showrunner to make sure that was the experience that we were having? And I'm hoping the audience had that same experience like me.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm not sure I was able to phrase it as well as you just did, but I'll tell you who did, and that's how they got the job. Tasha Smith. She was the person that came in and said, everything you just said about wanting to romanticize these brothers, because these brothers are our heroes, like the Italian mob or whatever. So literally that was her pitch, and you know how she got the job. And then together, I was really trying to change the landscape of TV. You know what I mean? Especially urban TV. You know what I mean? And Da Vinci just said a word that I really think is very instrumental, that I also spoke on creating this show, is I really wanted this show to have a soul to it. And you can't see soul, you know what I mean? You can't touch soul, you know what I mean? You can't smell soul. You just experience it. You think, I mean, like, you just like, oh my God. Like when you hear something, soul music, it just hits inside of here. So that's what I was after. And then Tasha was able to conceptualize it and bring it to reality, because this is the very interesting thing. Like Little Meech talks about, 50 put him in acting school. But what was interesting, we shot this during a pandemic. And the first thing Tasha did, I had never seen this. She was having acting class with the actors, going through the script. Like not just young actors, like Russell and Nicole, we got to rehearse this scene. And I had never seen that. So, you know, we put a lot into that, trying to create that essence and that soul. And for you to speak on it, and seeing how that resonated with you, that's just phenomenal.
I appreciated this because, again, I don't get to see Black stories told in this method. It's always the bad guy, the felon, we should be afraid. And it's important that that's not our whole story. There are, you know, layers to
100%.
Black mafia and crime stories. And you guys hit the mark
100%.
completely.
Thank you for saying that. Well, the thing that I really wanted to get through with Meech, is that I wanted to get into his mind. I think that's a conceit, using the voiceovers, using the visual flashes so that you understand how he thinks. So that was something that I brought to this, but everyone else just added to it. And that's what makes this dope. It's like a pot of gumbo. You know what I mean? You can't have gumbo with all sausage or all chicken. You got to have some green peppers, some onions. And then when you put it in there and stir it all up, you got Black Mafia family.
Exactly. Phenomenal job. I'm Creole. Don't put no peppers in your gumbo. Thank you. Chop them up fine.
You told me I got bogus gumbo, huh?
You know, chop it down, no big chunks. Thank you guys. I love this show. I cannot wait to see the Twitter discussions, because you guys really got something here. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
You too. Take care.